Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of MTG Sin Senpai. So, MTG Foundations, or Magic the Gathering Foundations, the pre-release has wrapped up for the week. This is the winnings of both myself and my wife's for the week, and so going to get straight into it. I'm going to have to be upfront with this particular set. As a limited set, this set was a little bit lackluster, a little bit boring when it comes to the interactions and how to play the game. But overall, the set itself is a lot of fun, and I feel like there's a lot of power definitely within the set. And I mean, for standard specifically, I will be upfront. I was one of the naysayers of this particular set initially, just because whenever I heard the things, it's like this like as the new core set, and so overall was not super hyped about the set at all. But as I saw spoilers and I saw things coming out, I've come to realize there's a lot of power that can possibly be coming from the set. Now, mind you, it's not for limited itself. They have, like every limited set, there's all the bombs and there are things that are just really strong. But for standard constructed going forward, I feel like we're going to see a very interesting environment. This is definitely Wizards really pushing to do standard instead of other events. I do feel like they're kind of neglecting Pioneer from the discussions that I've had with other players, and so we'll see how things go going forward. But I'm sure you guys are tired of me just talking. Going to go straight into the packs. And something I gotta point out. I didn't notice this until I kind of looked at it closer. But when we look at the foundation, the word foundations on the A, that's a tap symbol. I was looking at it like all weekend, and I didn't realize until the third day. I'm like, oh wait, look at that. Huh. But anyway, so we're gonna get straight into these packs. Let's see if we can get some pretty insane stuff. I know we all know what the big money cards, as far as I understand, are going to be the mythic cycle of cards, which is the infinite combo, the vampire that is essentially another sanguine blood or exquisite blood, whichever one it is. That is what it is. We got time stop now in standard again, which I'm not the biggest fan of time stop myself. I mean, it is what it is. It is now standard legal, and we're going to have to deal with it. I'm sure that there's going to be some control deck brews that are going to be running that particular card, and now there are people that are going to be playing that in Commander. At least the people that didn't know about it. Oh wow, that's a first. I've never seen two of the exact same card next to each other. That's pretty crazy. With that being the case, that's normally something that you don't ever see. Usually, like you'll see like singles of a card, or if something's duplicated, you'll have it as one of the foils, if anything else. Which it's kind of cool that we can get double foils now, which it is what it is. I'll put those all in the foil pile, rare. But yeah, wow, it's my first time seeing like a double, and they were right next to each other too. That's kind of interesting, but it is what it is. I don't think I'm really hung up on that. It's one of those things that I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, and the fact that it happened on a video and getting distracted by something else instead. First double pack, definitely a fun double pack with a Liliana Dreadhorde General and a Thousand Year Storm. Speaking of like reprinting cards, majority of the set obviously is reprints. We do have some of the new cards that are going to be in the set. The fact that they reprinted down to Thousand Year Storm is an interesting choice, I gotta say. I mean, of all things to reprint, I wonder why they decided, like, who's the one that decided, hey, this is the thing that we need to reprint. Oh, look at that, another double rare pack, which is pretty sweet. Right of the Dragon color, I feel like there's got to be some kind of crazy combo deck potential with that. We'll see where that goes. Oh, and another thing I gotta mention, I love the fact that all the tokens now are all double-sided. This is pretty sick. It's super sweet. It is a little annoying though to keep track of all the tokens now that they're double-sided. The fact that whenever it comes to trying to find the right token now, I have to dig through and flip every token over and over just to see which one's which. And wow, we got, what was that, 3 double rare packs in a row, which this would be amazing in a sealed pool. I would 100% be running a some green X deck, probably Gorilla Aggro if I did decide to go that route. I feel like this Ash Root Animus is just ridiculous. But yeah, overall, let me know what you guys, what you all think of the set itself. I have to say, initially, I was a naysayer, but The set's grown on me. It is a little, like I said earlier, it's a little bit boring when it comes to limited, but for the cards and then the power of what it represents for what standard's going to look like for a while, the fact that standard is going to have all these cards in the card pool is actually going to be pretty neat. Overall, for the weekend, it was definitely a lot of fun. Definitely saw a lot of ridiculous curve outs essentially, and so I feel like at least the way this particular set played out, it's like everyone pretty much had bombs, and if you didn't have a bomb, it kind of sucked. But as far as I saw, everyone had some kind of just ridiculous creature that it was essentially there's so many kill on sight things, and I mean we all know that that's always been the case, but with this particular one, like there's not too much interaction. Where was I going with that? Getting distracted by double rare packs, which it's like as soon as the bomb hits the board, if the bomb is not answered, the person that played said bomb wins the game. I mean, I'll never forget there's someone that turn 3 played out an Alesha, the new Alesha in this particular set, and then they played the Hydra that gets +1/+1 counters whenever another non-Hydra gets a +1/+1 counter, and so I just got rolled because I just had no responses for both, and another double rare pack, which is pretty sweet. Fun zombie commander and fun Galta. Galta's just a great card, and the fact that they reprinted it again, Galta does feel like just a core set card. Just one of those things that it's ridiculous. It's the definition of going big and green paying off, and it's a lot of fun. I can't tell you the number of times I actually casted it against a specific opponent. And yeah, the fact that I was able to cast it multiple times, the fact that they did not exile it the first time, it was kind of lackluster for them. But they still beat me in the end, which sucks for me, but it is what it is, you know. But I will take it. I just love playing the game, and the fact that it's limited, it's always fun for me. Win or lose, and I'll be honest, I don't mind losing. And first off, gotta get sidetracked again. This particular art for an offer you can't refuse looks pretty cool, and the fact that unfortunately this one's not rare, but it is pretty sweet. Ooh, Banner of Kinship. It's the first time seeing it in this particular art treatment, which is pretty cool, and we got ourselves a bite down. But now don't get me wrong, I enjoy winning, of course. Who doesn't enjoy winning whenever it comes to the game of Magic? But or just in games and in general in life, everything. Everyone enjoys winning. But when it comes to Magic, I personally enjoy just playing the game and having good games of interaction. Now, if I lose, I lose. It happens. But I do enjoy just actually genuinely playing the game. And when I say play, I mean like both players actually playing lands and slinging spells and trying to knock each other out. It's just a lot of fun overall. But it really sucks whenever one player gets mana screwed or mana flooded, or especially if I'm the player that gets mana screwed or mana flooded. Oh, fun fact. I think right now $3 uncommon or $3 common, which I gotta say thank you to all the participants from this particular weekend. They were all super nice enough to give me their heir apparents as the donations, and so I have myself about 30 heir apparents for a bunny rabbit deck I'm going to be building with them. The route that I've been deciding to go so far is going to be Naya, specifically just because, you know, so I can have access to doubling season and haste enablers and things of that nature. So nothing's worse than, you know, thumbing stone into a bunch of rabbits and then having them all have haste. So I'm looking to do that. We got ourselves another double rare pack, was pretty sweet. I know the Celestial Armor, I feel like it's something that will see some play. I mean, essentially, it's very similar to Mithril Coat, the one from the Lord of the Rings set, except it gives the equipped creature +2/+0 as well. Mind you, the indestructible is only temporary, but it gets +2/+0 and flying. So it's actually, I feel like it's actually it's a pretty neat combat trick and buff altogether. Bolt Wave, ridiculous uncommon. I'm glad I actually got one of those, and it's definitely something that if I'm planning on building either modern or I'm thinking about possibly doing a standard just burn aggro thing, but I know the current mono red deck is just, it's the play the value creatures have prowess, and the ones that whenever they die they deal damage equal to their power. So it's a very interesting, the fact that there's going to be multiple, I feel like, variants of mono red aggro. Either the straight out burn plan, I think, is that definitely an option, or the which is the current one that everyone still plays. You know, you got your slick shots, you got your monastery Swiss spears, you got your monstrous rages. Everyone's playing those. That's what they're playing. But I feel like we could do something with a different. Ooh, sorry, getting distracted by cards again as I'm rambling and talking and looking at things. This card is ridiculous. I'm glad I was able to get my hands on this one. I know my wife was able to pull a borderless extended variant of it, but this card I feel like is nuts, and I feel like mono green might be able to come back. From what I've seen of limited, or limited, it's a different story, but when it comes to standard play, there's not too many green decks as far as I see. It's all, I mean, yes, we have the Golgari decks, but they're really put the Golgari decks are really pushed by the black, not by the green cards that are in the actual set. But with the cards that are in this, I feel like we can see some possible ridiculous play again. Oh, that's weird. The pack was backwards? Is that, huh? Anyway, yeah, that was weird. Anyway, distracted, caught off guard by the random backwards pack. I don't even understand, but they're, that's what just happened. That's the first. I mean, everyone's seeing on this recording that like that was weird. That was the first time I had the pack like turned around, which is odd. But anyway, continuing to move on. The set overall, we'll see what happens with standard as we move forward. When it comes to limited and drafting this particular set, we'll see how it goes. The lines are pretty simple. They're pretty forward. And overall, it's a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys enjoy the set? Were you guys looking forward to it? Or are you looking to... What are your thoughts on the fact that this is going to be the standard legal for 5 years thing? Which I think it's kind of mind-boggling that so many of these cards will be available for standard for so long. Example being the doubling season and stuff like that being available for 5 years, and all kinds of just ridiculous strategies. And then the fact that the new combat damage step is also a big thing. I know there's a lot of controversy that some people were not happy about the way that is how it goes going forward. I personally do not like the change either. It is, I don't know, I feel like the way it was just fine the way it was before. I know Magic was, or at least from what I've heard, what Wizards stated the reason for doing so was to simplify and make it more straightforward. But the way it was before wasn't like really the craziest to not understand. So I don't understand why they decided to do that. So, I mean, we'll see how things go going forward. Oh, Rays from the Past. Another thing I was thinking about was doing possibly a aggressive self-milling deck with the Heir Apparents and finding a way to cast Raise the Past. And so just pull them all back into play, which and then they'll all trigger at the same time. Just something kind of cutesy, and I thought would be kind of interesting and fun to do. I am brewing with the Heir Apparent decks. I do enjoy me my another a fun reprint, that's for sure. And then this particular art looks just amazing. Getting distracted by the mythic double rare pack, so that's a lot of fun. But the Heir Apparents, all the cards that are, I can have as many copies of this respective card in a deck. I do enjoy them a lot. I like brewing with those particular decks, but then again, at the same time, some of them are pretty linear, and of course, all of them run, or at least you should run the Thrumming Stone. It's just something that just goes hands in hand with those particular types of decks. And then, yeah, just a few more packs to go. I still enjoy the fact that packs do have that ridiculous pull rate when it comes to multiple rares. It's definitely something, especially for limited, at least sealed limited. It makes it a lot of fun whenever you can pull more than one rare. Example being like that, and and then of course the borderless cards just look amazing overall as well. But let me know what you guys think about the new rules change when it comes to damage, or the damage assignment step. I think it's what's the official terminology on that. What do you guys think? Is it a good change? Was it something that needed to be done? Was there no reason for it? I mean, what do y'all think? Ooh, Spinner of Souls, fun spider, that's for sure. Nothing's better than, oh, I lost my dude, let me replace it with a different dude. It's like, why? Just why does that thing exist? It's pretty nuts. And then we got ourselves our last pack. No doubling season in it. And actually, now I think about it, after I've opened all these, we did pull a couple of the mythics, but we didn't pull any of the chase mythics, which is actually kind of interesting. Got ourselves a board list of Johnny and another double rare pack, which is still pretty sweet. But we didn't pull a single, I already forgot the name. Either the dragon, the vampire, the angel, none of them. Now that I think about it, even the doubling season, which I mean, that I didn't even keep track or count the number of packs that we opened. We did pull a handful of mythics, which now I'm going to go through and just pull them all to the side. You know what? I'm not going to complain. One of the cards I wanted from the set is this Quilled Great Worm, and definitely want to get myself a playset of those. And then not only for some kind of standard brew, but I do have a Worms Commander deck that it's going to slot in. Period. Actually, it's going to slot in pretty much every one of my green decks. And then our mythic count this particular time around was actually kind of low, now that I think about it. Out of all those packs, we got 4 mythics. That's it. Huh. I'm a little upset. No, not really. Still got a bunch of packs, and yeah, I mean, that's part of the game. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. The pull rate on the mythics is kind of low for this particular time around, but it is what it is. I did get to pull some of the ridiculous mythics and stuff during the sealeds, and what's funny is there was a couple people that actually pulled off the infinite life combo with the mythic vampire. I'm sure after this video I'm going to look up all the names and I'll know them all forever going forward. And then there's also another common vampire. I always forget names initially until cards played over and over and over. But it's a 3-mana, 3/2 vampire that whenever you gain life, your opponent loses life. And then of course you have the vampire that whenever your opponent loses life, you gain life. You have them both on the board, and you just trigger either one, either by gaining a life or them losing a life, and it's just infinite combo. It was great whenever someone pulled it off for the first time, and they asked me, how does this work? And I'm like, oh, this keeps on happening over and over until your opponent dies. And they're like, oh, I win. I'm like, and they didn't even know this whenever they built the deck. They just put them in the deck because they like vampires. So it was a lot of fun explaining that to somebody. But overall, that is the end of the video. We thank you so much, guys. If you did make it to the end, do take the time to comment, like, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And if y'all haven't noticed, I actually hit 100 subscribers very recently. I did mention a little while ago that if we did hit 100 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway. I will figure out what that giveaway will be. Give me a little bit of time. Actually, you know what? Comment and let me know what you guys would like me to do, be it like some kind of sealed product that I could send to you. I can sign a card for somebody, maybe something, I don't know, we'll figure something out. And for now, I do have a couple codes which my cats decided to knock over and knock them out of order, but here's a couple codes for you guys. Whoever gets them. Good luck to you. Hopefully you guys get some good cards. I don't play Arena enough to justify me just using all these codes, so enjoy it. And of course the ones that come with the pre-release kits, I will try and find the ones that I have and get them up there as well for whoever gets them. For the people that didn't get to go to events, at least you'll be able to use the code. But thank you guys again. Appreciate y'all. Do take the time to comment, like, and subscribe, and look forward to the next videos coming up. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and never forget, Senpai didn't notice. Good night.